Well, exactly, and no team ever loses 6 games just because of one part of the team, right? So you're going to go on a 6-game skid because of a snowball effect, several different factors, kind of just all coming into one, and that's kind of where Southern Maryland has really struggled over the last week or so. But again, you got to field the ball properly.
First pitch is down, and we are underway. 6:40 with the first pitch. Well, we didn't get delayed, which I thought we were headed towards. It was a storm potentially that was going to hit just before the ball game started. Martinez batting .250, no homers, 9 RBIs, and Miller can't throw a strike in the first 3 pitches.
Right, and that's another factor too. Falling behind too early, hitters knowing what pitch you're probably going to throw on a 3-0.
Well, how many times, especially during that Long Island series, did the Blue Crabs just fall behind like 3-1 or 3-0, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and you got to throw strikes in those counts. At least, you know, Jason Camilli and I were kind of talking about this morning. He said, on the flip side, 3-2 counts for the hitters think, well, they've got to throw me a strike. And he said, you'd be surprised as this one bounced back to Miller. He's got it and flips underhand for the out. He said, you'd be surprised the 3-2 counts a lot of times are one of the big chase counts for hitters because they feel like they're going to get a strike, but sometimes pitchers don't throw a strike, but their mentality is, I better be ready to swing because they're going to throw me a strike. And then they wind up chasing, but that certainly was not the case with the Ducks. They were very patient, and they, in fact, looked better, I think, the second time that the Blue Crabs saw them in this series than they did earlier in the year. Blue Crabs played them and lost 2 out of 3. They only beat the Ducks once in 6 ball games. Miller facing Abreu. This one pounded into the ground, foul.
Wow.
Yeah.
It took quite a carom.
It did.
Goodness.
And Ben was on the other side of the field. Where's Mr. Hopeful?
Not sure. We need to tag team the ball boy stuff.
I like asking you questions that you definitely don't have the answers to. Just seeing what your response is. Where's Mr. Hopeful? As if you're going to know. 2-1 to Abreu, who's batting .227. 2-1 changeup. It's kind of an odd time for him to throw it. Miller, a couple of 3-ball counts here. And Abreu pops it up, but foul. And not only falling behind, but when you get in a lot of these 3-2 counts, obviously what climbs the pitch count.
Yep.
And part of, I think, some of the struggles is the starters have not really been going the distance that they had been when the Blue Crabs were winning a lot of ball games. It's been 5 innings, 5 innings, 5 innings. And that takes a toll on the bullpen because it's a lot of outs, night in and night out, that you've got to rely on for the guys down there.
Well, exactly. And over this last series against Long Island, 4 of the Blue Crabs relievers had to go at least 2 innings.
Yep.
And so, again, you saw even with a couple of guys from the game 2 nights ago, Rafi Vasquez and Jared Wright both having 1, 2, 3 first innings for them. But then they came out the second time. The stuff wasn't really there. And, you know, that's obviously a struggle. But again, it's not just one factor, like you mentioned. When the starting pitching can't go deep enough, when you can't, you know, when you struggle defensively and making errors, it just compounds into so many other problems.
3-2. He went to a changeup. Jalen's best pitch is his fastball, and 3-2. You'd kind of expect him to throw it, but they went to the off speed, and it's a walk, and now Arboleda coming up. Arboleda batting .288, 7 homers, 23 RBIs. Jalen Miller, 32 years old, 10th professional season, is 4th in the Atlantic League. Comes in 5-3 with a 4.37 ERA, 18 games. This is 5th start. 47 1/3, 39 hits. That is excellent. Arboleda tips it, 0-1. 13 walks, 45 strikeouts. He's been fantastic, especially the last number of times. He's put together just solid outing after solid outing. And when I say that, it's more of, do they give the team a good chance to win? And a lot of times with Jalen, you could say absolutely yes. Arboleda tied up there. It's 0-2. It's up with the off speed. And this is a team, yes, they've been playing a little bit better in the second half. The BoxCars have 5 wins, but still only 19-59 on the year. This is a team that Blue Crabs have kind of fallen record-wise now with 6 straight losses. Ball goes into the runner there, but Baylor picks it up. It's a team that Blue Crabs have been significantly better than all season. And these are games, especially at home, you really need to have if you want to start to get things going back on the right track. It is, at least it was before, 110 degrees the real feel was. Slider away, and Blue Crabs could have stepped off there. I didn't hear anybody yelling that Abreu was starting to run. He's only got 3 steals. 0-2 to 2-2. Couple of off-speed pitches. That fastball Arboleda couldn't catch up to earlier. There goes Abreu, and it's popped foul. Jammed him on the fastball. Last time Jalen handed the loss after he went 4 at Lexington, gave up 3 earned runs, 4 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. 2 times before that, though, he beat Lexington. He faced them 3 straight times, rather 4 straight times. One was a relief outing. Breaking ball, got him that time. Good change up by Jalen. Yeah, I mean, you look at the BoxCars, Ian, they're last in team average and have been all season long as DeLuca comes up. They're batting just .237, and they've got the worst team ERA at 6.53. Blue Crabs in those categories have now fallen back from like 3rd place to 5th or 6th. So they're still in the middle, and it's tight there.
Yep.
But that is kind of a reflection of how the Blue Crabs have played over the last week. They've struggled.
Well, exactly. And again, against a team like Hagerstown, a very young team at that. We've talked about it at length, but a lot of young college guys that just finished up their collegiate careers, now playing in their first professional careers. Again, this is the perfect series for Southern Maryland to find their way back and try to get things to start going for them, at least in the second half. It's been a very tough second half for the Blue Crabs at this start in the month of July. 9 and 10 now. You're falling behind. You don't want to do it too much too soon, especially.
DeLuca sees a strike. Another changeup. Well, we've seen Willie Estrada back there call a lot of games now, at least from when he's been here, and he really likes the pitchers to pitch backwards. But Jalen, like I said, his best pitch is the fastball. Another breaking ball, and it's past the glove of Recusin, and the BoxCars have something working. It's runners on 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. Wasn't well struck, but well placed. And Abreu is on third after DeLuca almost sounded like a broken bat. It's a single, and now Dariel Gomez. He is 0 for 8 with 6 strikeouts in his return this season. That is what you call a tough start. Nothing in one. Miller spent 2019 with Baltimore. Delmarva Shorebirds, his 1 year in affiliated. Well, Blue Crabs absolutely do not want to fall behind score-wise here. It seems like every first inning there's been a lot going on. Southern Maryland gave up 3 in the first to the Ducks yesterday, 2 in the first the day before, and got a scoreless frame the game before that. This one popped up. Lofton retreating, called off by Pierce, who comes in to get it. So nice job by Jalen